The kitchen backsplash, or splashback. There's a back and a splash in there somewhere. A kitchen backsplash is usually one of the last elements to be installed in a new kitchen. As well as being very practical, it can add a pop of colour or a sense of luxury, or add some texture into your kitchen. So in this video I thought I'd go over some of the main options for kitchen backsplashes, talk about their pros and cons, as well as answer some frequently asked questions I get around the topic. First things first, what is a backsplash and do you have to have one? A backsplash refers to the material used to cover the area of wall between your countertop and the underside of your wall cabinets. The most important feature of a backsplash is that it must be resistant to the substances that could splash on it, such as water from around your sink or food and grease from your hob and cooktop area. Do you have to have a backsplash? Absolutely not. But they are very practical and a great way to add some design flair into your kitchen. Personally, I do recommend having a backsplash in your kitchen of some description, even if it's just something behind your hob and cooktop area. There are lots and lots of options when it comes to backsplashes, so let's take a look at some of the most popular choices. Starting with the most popular backsplash option, tiles. There's literally an endless array of colours, shapes and sizes of kitchen tiles. You could opt for a clean white metro tile or a multicoloured pattern design and everything in between. Porcelain tiles are really durable, they're easy to maintain and they can last for decades if they're properly installed and cared for. The downside to tiles? It's always the grout. It can be a pain to keep clean and will often discolour over time, so you'll lose that lovely clean finish. But a bit of care and cleaning will keep them looking great. It's really all about choice when it comes to tiles. You can pretty much get anything you can think of. They're a really great choice to add a bit of colour, texture and personality into your kitchen. Next up is having a glass backsplash. This is using large panes of toughened, coloured or patterned glass. The key here is that it's toughened. It needs to be so it can withstand the heat if it's installed behind your hob or cooktop. If not, there's a good chance it could crack and shatter, and nobody wants that. Glass is easy to keep clean and just wipe down. It won't discolour over time and it can help to reflect light into the kitchen. Also, no grout lines to keep clean. You can have any colour you like with a glass backsplash, and some companies can even print patterns or pictures onto the back of the glass, giving you lots and lots of choice. You can have one-off pieces for behind your hob or cooktop or your sink, and these are often in standard sizes and can be very cost effective. Or you can go for a complete custom job and cover the entire wall. Usually this is where a company would come out and template the space and measure for any cutouts for sockets and switches, and then come back and install everything for you. So glass can be very cost effective and it's really easy to maintain. However, I'll be honest, I've not put glass into a kitchen design for quite a while, so make of that what you will. The next backsplash option is using your countertop material. Now, if glass is maybe falling out of favour a little bit, using your countertop material is definitely gaining in favour. I'm doing this a lot more these days. Again, this could just be a single piece behind your hob or sink, or you could use it to cover the entire wall. And like with the custom glass piece covering the entire wall, if you're going to do that with your countertop material, you'll likely need a professional to come out and template the area and then come back and install it. Especially if the material you're choosing is quartz or granite, marble, any solid stone like that, is going to need to be professionally templated and installed, which all adds to the cost. But like glass, there's no grout lines to worry about, and depending on the material that you choose, it can be very durable, heat and scratch resistant, as well as easy to maintain and clean, especially if you're going for a quartz or a sintered stone such as Decton and Neolith. If you're having marble as your countertop and backsplash, this will require some more care and sealing to maintain it. Marble in the kitchen looks absolutely beautiful, but it is quite a soft stone, so you need to be careful and know what you're getting yourself in for. But saying all this, having your countertop as your backsplash can be absolutely stunning and a real wow factor. It's likely going to cost you more than tiles or glass, but of course that will depend on the material that you choose and how much fabrication work is involved. It looks really great though. Next up is stainless steel. Again, like glass, I've not done a stainless steel backsplash in quite some time. You didn't see it covering the whole wall, but rather just a single piece behind your hob. And you could get these stainless steel pieces in standard sizes, making it very cost effective. Stainless steel is pretty easy to keep clean, it won't crack or discolor too much, and no grout lines to worry about. Also very quick and easy to install, so a good budget option. It can look great if you have other stainless steel hardware or items in your kitchen. It can help tie the kitchen together, or if you're going for a more industrial look. But as I said, I don't see stainless steel as much these days. Maybe it'll come back around and come back into fashion, everything seems to. Moving on, we've got mirrored glass. Now I've put this separate to the coloured glass that we talked about earlier, as although it's still glass, I think it's different enough to have its own section. And when I'm talking about mirrored glass, I'm really talking about distressed or antiqued mirrored glass. This seemed to be all the rage a couple of years ago. It was new to the market back then, and I seem to be doing a lot of it. You've got all the same benefits and installation options as coloured glass, but a very striking look. Again, you'll want to make sure that it's toughened glass, toughened mirrored glass. It can work really well if you want to put a bit of a spin on a traditional kitchen and introduce an antique looking mirrored glass, or if you want to go down that industrial look, there's some great distressed mirrored glass options available. Again, easy to wipe down and maintain, it won't discolor or wear, and having the mirror element can help bounce some light around into the kitchen and give the illusion that the space is bigger. And lastly, the most simple option, paint. More specifically, kitchen paint, not just any old paint. One that is designed to be able to be wiped down and harder wearing for your kitchen. Not the most practical backsplash option, but an easy and cost-effective one. Or just something simple if you don't like any of the other options. It's DIY friendly and something you can redo easily if things get a little bit too mucky or you want to change up your colour scheme. Just make sure it's the right paint for the job and look for glossy or semi-glossy finishes, as they're easier to wipe down and maintain. I thought I'd finish it up by answering some common questions I get around backsplashes. You might be sat there thinking about one of these, so here we go. What is the easiest backsplash to install? The one you don't install yourself. Honestly, probably just painting and using that harder wearing kitchen paint. You could do it yourself, it won't take that long and it really won't cost too much either. Alternatively, having a single piece behind your hob, something where you don't need it templating or any cutouts, that can be another really easy option. So stainless steel or a glass piece are easy to install. Should your backsplash match your countertop? It can do, but it really doesn't have to. Having a backsplash offers you the opportunity to add some colour or texture into your kitchen. However, having a backsplash that does match your countertop is a growing trend, and one that I personally think looks really nice. There's no right or wrong answer when it comes to choosing a kitchen backsplash. It's what you like the look of and what you think is going to be most practical for your kitchen. Should a kitchen backsplash be installed before the countertop? No. The countertop should always be installed first. Then any measurements for the backsplash can be taken from the countertop to the underside of the wall cabinets, or however high you're taking this backsplash. The backsplash will then be installed and sit on top at the back of the countertop, creating a seal between the countertop and the wall. With so many options on the market and no right or wrong choice, your backsplash can be a standout statement piece or a discreet and functional solution. The choice is up to you and your design and style preferences. So, what type of backsplash would you add to your new kitchen? Leave a comment below, be really interested to see what's most popular. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.